Hello everyone and welcome to Sharpdress Gaming, and today we're back with some more Pokemon VGC 2017 with the Rampardos team once again. I think we'll use this team for the rest of this week and then hopefully have a new one. Let's see if I get one together. And yes guys, look it. We're finally sharp dressed again. I got a little bow tie. It's hard to see with the beard, but I do have a little bow tie. So we're gonna be trying to be what our channel is actually called a little more often now, especially now that it's gonna hopefully be cooling down around here. It's still really hot. It was really hot today, so it's really hot upstairs, especially with a bunch of heat lamps in the other room. But what can you do? I just took a shower, so now my hair's sticking up on the side. We're just having fun. 1532 rating, going up against a 1531 rating from Tokyo, Japan, with Tapu Koko Arcanine, Porygon 2, Gigalith, Celesteela, and Garchomp. So I definitely want to go with my Vikavolt somewhere in the back for the Celesteela. I don't necessarily want to lead with it because of that Gigalith. And it is a mixed Trick Room team, so I don't necessarily want to set up Trick Room right away either. But I do think Hariyama or Oranguru are pretty good pokes. Vikavolt. And then I kind of wanted to go Guzzlord, but I think Rampardos is just going to be better in general, so let's go Rampardos. Yeah, it's definitely going to be better. Like, I always want to bring Guzzlord, but then it's just like, Rampardos is better. Vigavolt and Rampardos are just so much better. So maybe if I were to, I don't know, I'm going to do a team builder on this team. Should come out later today because I'm doing this really late, so this is technically Wednesday's video, but it's going to be up like really early Thursday morning, like 2 a.m. possibly, and then I'll do a team builder for this later today, so be sure to go check that out if you're watching this in the future. We see Tapu Koko Arcanine lead for my opponent. Oh, Tapu Koko. In these lead scenarios, I usually want to fake out the Tapu Koko so it doesn't body my Hariyama. But ever since I got roared again, I never thought I'd see a roar Arcanine again. But it happened recently, and now I'm just really afraid of Arcanine roaring my Pokemon out now. But I'm gonna try fake out Trick Room, fake out on the Tapu Koko, and set up the Trick Room. Actually, I'm gonna withdraw the Tapu Koko, so I could have gone for fake out onto the Arcanine. Gigalith is gonna come in here, so he does not care if I set up the Trick Room or not. Arcanine probably just attacks my Hariyama at this point. I get a nice fake out into the Gigalith, but Arcanine does go for Flare Blitz, in fact. So that's going to hurt real badly. Ouchie poo-poo. The Arcanine does take a bunch of recoil. Oranguru does set up the Trick Room, which is okay and not okay at the same time. I don't know, Mink. Oranguru and Hariyama are both going to take damage, and then Arcanine will take it as well. And I should be burned. There we go. The Gigalith might try and protect here, but I really, really, really want to get rid of it. I think instead of instructing the close combat this turn, I'm actually going to Psychic the Arcanine. Just get a little chip damage off, just in case Gigalith does protect for any reason. Gigalith is just going to go for Heavy Slam, though. I should be able to take that. Yeah, I take that just fine. Close combat might actually be enough to KO. No, Gigalith's defenses are just high enough to be able to live one close combat. Psychic will go off into the Arcanine, though. And we see another Flare Blitz. Probably into the Hariyama as well. No, actually into the Oranguru this time. So Hariyama should survive the turn, surprisingly enough. It's just going to be if that Gigalith decides it wants to get rid of Hariyama or Oranguru. It could just Rock Slide too, I don't know. But I think I allow it to. How many turns of Trick Room do I have left? 3? I'll go for the Heavy Slam into the Gigalith. And a Psychic again into Arcanine. I probably should have doubled into the Gigalith. Actually, we're going to see extreme speed from the Arcanine, so Gigalith probably just knocks out my Hariyama here. I mean, my Oranguru, sorry. We see the Z move? I guess maybe in case I try to protect, but I'd rather you use the Z move and waste it than using it on one of my other Pokemon. The only problem is going to be a Vikavolt. Most likely it won't survive this turn, which is unfortunate. But we can hope that the Gigalith misses, basically. We could also see Heavy Slam from the Gigalith into the Rampardos, which would be bad. That would be bad. I'm actually going to Energy Ball. No, I'm going to Thunderbolt the Arcanine and protect my Rampardos here. The idea behind this being, if for some reason Vikavolt survives the turn, I want to get rid of Arcanine before the Trick Room reverses. Because I can deal with Gigalith once Trick Room reverses. But I don't want Gigalith knocking out my Rampardos, for one, because Rampardos is going to be doing a lot of damage to other Pokemon. I'd rather it doesn't KO my Vikavolt. Please miss, please miss, please miss, please miss. It hits. Vikavolt, hold on, buddy. Yeah, you're no Rampardos. Don't get flinched. Yes. Okay, perfect. So we got rid of the Arcanine, which at this point, is it the biggest threat to Vikavolt? Not necessarily. I guess I could have attacked with Rampardos that turn too, and we would have gotten rid of Gigalith here, but Tapu Koko is going to come in for my opponent. Did Trick Room reverse or not? No, we still have one more turn. I thought for sure it was over that turn. Damn it. So I misplayed. I played myself. I may go for Thunderbolt here and Rock Slide with the Rampardos. I Thunderbolt Rock Slide here. Gigalith goes for Rock Slide, connects with both Pokemon, unfortunately. God, that did so much damage. Rampardos, critical hit on the Rampardos, that's why. It can't flinch Rampardos, perfect. Rock Slide into both these Pokemon. Tapu Koko probably doesn't faint here. So close. So yeah, the turn where I protected Rampardos, I should have just attacked, but I was pretty sure that he was gonna just like Heavy Slam my my Vikavolt, or no, my Rampardos, to make sure it got taken care of. I don't know, because I think Heavy Slam would have knocked me out, and we didn't even know what my opponent's last Pokemon was. If it was Celesteela, we were done for. I mean, basically anything my opponent had, we would have lost at that point anyway, so unfortunate first loss, but let's get into the second battle and hopefully we can pick it up here. I was just letting that Gigalith run amok and then miscalling that one play there. We're 15-16 now, and let's use Battle Royale. I haven't heard that theme in a while. 1528 Random Slash from United States, Texas, United States. With Arcanine, Tapu Koko, Mandibuzz, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, and Garchomp. So I can really just go Hariyama Oranguru again. I need Vikavolt for the Celesteela and the Tapu Fini, and then we go Rampardos. Same team. Same team. I don't always like leading Hariyama Oranguru, but it's just the most consistent way to get Trick Room set up. I wish there was a better way to get Hariyama and Oranguru out, I guess, because they just kind of sit there and waste Trick Room for a little bit, which kind of sucks. Hariyama, for the most part, can kind of start dealing a lot of damage and making it scary. to keep him on the field, so sometimes they get rid of him, but like some people run eject button Hariyama. I don't necessarily like that, because what if you want to use the Hariyama in that situation? Plus, like we've seen, the Guts boost just allows him to KO a lot of Pokemon that he normally wouldn't be able to without it, so I don't know. We're going to see Garchomp Celesteela lead off for my opponent. The question becomes, do I want to bother hitting the Garchomp, or should I just hit the Celesteela with the Fake Out? Does Celesteela get Whirlwind? Don't be running Whirlwind if it does. I don't think the Celesteela can do too much to me, but I'm going to Fake it out. I still want to set it up Leech Seed. Is that really a problem, though? No, I'm going to Fake out Garchomp. I'd rather Fake out the Garchomp than have it Tectonic Rage me and possibly crit and kill me. Whereas the Celesteela really can't do too much. Okay, Garchomp doesn't protect, so it gets hit by a Fake Out. Critical hit Fake Out, in fact. That'll make our close combats easier to KO. Celesteela does go for Leech Seed, and it's going to be on the Oranguru, which is a little more unfortunate because Oranguru tends to stay around a lot longer than the Hariyama, so we're going to be feeding that Celesteela. But as soon as Hariyama's down, you can bet Vegavolt's coming in to take care of Celesteela, so... And since Garchomp's on the field, he's not going to be able to switch it out. Well, he's able to switch it out, but he's not able to switch it in currently for the Celesteela. So I will close combat and instruct my Hariyama. 1, if not 2. I mean, 2, if not 1. Close combats should be able to knock out Garchomp, especially with the help from that first crit. First one gets him. Perfect. That means we were able to get a little damage off in the Celesteela. We're going to get some rough skin damage. Celesteela probably just Leech Seeds my Hariyama as well, just to be getting double healing. But depending on what Pokemon he brings in, I'll be able to switch in my Vikavolt here and get the Celesteela taken care of. Ooh, that close combat does damage. That thing is not defensively invested. I might just be able to take out Celesteela on my own. Heavy Slam, though, into a -2 Hariyama. Oh, actually into Oranguru. Interesting. That was a very interesting play. So we've seen Heavy Slam, Leech Seed. It has leftovers. I assume it protects here. I might be able to even switch out my Oranguru into Vikavolt. I don't want to double switch necessarily, just because if Tapu Fini comes in here, Muddy Water would be a problem for Rampardos. Not as much Vikavolt. The Arcanine actually comes out here, so that allows it so I don't have the ability to double switch, unfortunately. I don't have the ability to double switch, unfortunately, so what I'm going to do here is just knock off the Arcanine and instruct my knockoff. I could... Oh, I should be taunting the Celesteela. That'd probably be a better play, but I'm going to get a big knockoff into the Arcanine, possibly get rid of a berry. Choice Band Arcanine. Alright. I sees you out here. My opponent does have the possibility of getting a double knockout here, which I don't mind. Heavy Slam, probably into Oranguru to knock me out. Yep. Yep. Ooh. Beast Boost in what? Special Defense? That's fine. You're low enough that it doesn't really matter. Flare Blitz to knock out my Hariyama. So Celesteela is no longer getting Leech Seed recovery, which I'd rather have. And I think these two have done enough damage. Arcanine actually faints, so my opponent has to bring in their last Pokemon, which helps me quite a bit, because then I can get some damage off on it before the Trick Room reverses. Celesteela gets its leftovers recovery, but it won't be enough to save it from a Thunderbolt from Vikavolt, even with the +1 special defense. And pair that with a Rock Slide, there's no way the Celesteela lives, so... Rampardos comes out, Vikavolt comes out. Especially if it's Tapu Koko in the back. Tapu Fini. Alright. So, I'm actually just going to go for a Rock Slide, because seeing how much damage that close combat did, Rock Slide might be enough to get rid of Celesteela, and then I'm going to Thunderbolt into Tapu Fini. Oh, I'm starting to sweat a little bit, boys. Alright. Big hit in the Tapu Fini, almost enough to KO. Rampardos misses the Fini. No! Ugly. Okay, Celesteela faints at least. Muddy Water won't do enough to Vigavolt. So, because we're Assault Vest, so we should be fine. Unfortunately, it does enough to the Rampardos. And we don't get a drop in special attack, which is perfect. How many turns of Trick Room do we have? This is the final one, so if Feeny has Protect, it's going for it this turn. Nope, doesn't have it. So Thunderbolt, gonna knock out the Feeny. Perfect. Perfect. We get the turn 2 win. Or the game 2 win, sorry. Not turn 2. And since this is only 15 minutes so far, we're actually gonna do one more battle. Especially because I love this team so much. I love this team so much. Even though I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Whew. I'm glad you guys are... I'm sure you guys wanted to know that. But what can you do? What can you do? Alright, we will not save that battle video. We will not, we will not, we will not. Alright, let's get into that third battle as quick as we can so this video doesn't go too long. We're getting close to that 20-minute mark that I like to keep videos at, but I also like to get a lot of battles for you guys, so we'll go Guardian. Wait. I have not listened to the Guardian Deity theme in so long, and it was one of my favorite themes. So, 1542 rated player from Kanagawa, Japan, with a Lycanroc and Gigalith. He has 2 different weathers, Lycanroc, Gigalith pairing, and then there's Vanillux, who seems to be by itself with Milotic, and then Serena and Tapu Koko. So because of the Serena, we can't necessarily go with the Hariyama Fake Out lead, unfortunately. We could go Celesteela, which would be nice if the what the frick's this thing called? Frickin' Serena leads. Alright. And we can go Rampardos. We could either go Guzzlord or Vigavolt. I'd rather have Vigavolt just because of Milotic. Again, Vigavolt's on this team for bulky water types and then Celesteela. So my opponent has that bulky water type, we're bringing Vigavolt. There is 2 rock types, unfortunately, which my opponent will probably bring, seeing the Vigavolt, but that is unfortunate. But if we're outside of Trick Room, oh, it's going to be Lycanroc Gigalith to lead off for my opponent. So I can actually just not set up Trick Room here. I can actually just not set up Trick Room here. And I'll just let Celesteela do what Celesteela does and Heavy Slam things. So I'll Heavy Slam into the Gigalith, and I'll actually instruct that as well. That way we get rid of Gigalith right away, one of the bigger threats. Lycanroc's going to go for Rock Slide, which does have the possibility to flinch this Celesteela, which will make our... Okay, perfect. I was going to say, that'd make our... both of our moves just invalid. Oh, Gigalith, unfortunately really heavy. Uh-oh! Activating the weakness policy on the Gigalith as well. I should have just hit the Lycanroc. We're going to instruct that, though. So, Gigalith's move following this is going to be bad for us. Ooh, a lot more damage on the next Heavy Slam. Rock Slide connects with both Pokemon. Both Pokemon live it. Our Oranguru, unfortunately, going to be taking that Rock Slide damage, though. We see leftovers from Celesteela. I just don't know if the Rock Slide from the Lycanroc is going to be able to take out the Celesteela. I might just protect my Celesteela here. And I'm going to try and Psychic the Gigalith. I don't know that that'll work if the Lycanroc does go for Rock Slide. It might just single target my Celesteela to try and get rid of it. Gigalith actually protects as well. So a good thing I didn't try and attack and go for Trick Room. Lycanroc does go for that Rock Slide. Does it hit the Oranguru? It does, unfortunately. So Oranguru is going to faint here. So Celesteela will get its leftovers recovery. And then I bring in Rampardos. The mighty Rampardos. It's not going to like the Rock Slide from the Lycanroc, but we should be able to take it just fine. A Heavy Slam to Gigalith should be able to knock it out, and then Iron Head into Lycan Rock. Which, as long as it's not Focus Sash, will take it out as well. Lycan Rock goes for Rock Slide, connects with both Pokemon. Just don't flinch me, or knock out my Celesteela. Celesteela does not get flinched, so Heavy Slam will connect with the Gigalith and knock it out. It is unfortunate we don't have Trick Room up, but there's the possibility to be able to make it through this. Beast Boost into Special Defense, Iron Head into the Lycan Rock. Are you Focus Sash? You are. You are the Focus Sash. Celesteela getting some leftovers recovery. Nobody taking sand damage because we're all rock/steel types. What does my opponent bring in? Probably Tapu Koko if you haven't. Probs, tops. It's going to be Serena. It's going to be that Serena. So Lycan Rock definitely goes for a Rock Slide here. I definitely protect my Celesteela, try and get some more leftovers, and then I go for Rock Slide with Rampardos. Unfortunately, we're slower than Serena. I just realized that. I mean, it wouldn't have changed our turn at all because we can't really do anything about that, but... Can Drop Kick miss? That's really our only hope at this point. Well, it doesn't if it can, and Rampardos will faint there. Unfortunately. Yeah, because we didn't get to get Trick Room set up. On Fort. Should have just skipped the last battle, man. So Celesteela is going to live another Rock Slide, which is nice. And, okay, there's apparently a disconnection from me. That's lovely. So my opponent probably thinks I just disconnected. But, so I was going to bring in Vikavolt. The sand might have ended that turn. Let's see. There was the turn 1 Heavy Slams. The Protect from the Gigalith. The Heavy Slam / Iron Head turn. Drop Kick turn. That might have been the last turn of Sandstorm. I'm not sure. I was just... Because if we were able to survive the Rock Slide with the Vikavolt, which I think we might have been able to, and then we Bug Buzz the Serena. Well, actually, no, I would attack the Lycan Rock because the Serena can't do anything to me, and then it depends on what the last Pokemon was. So unfortunately, we DC on the last one. I don't know why we DC'd. It's not Monday, so they're not doing an update, but I don't know. Sometimes Pokemon's just dumb too. Like my computer's still connected, but it wasn't like the connection loss thing. It was like the, oh, your internet's being dumb thing. So I'm just checking to see if I can connect to the internet right now. I mean, connected, so I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. I've been starting to stream, and we used this team quite a bit on stream the other day, so be sure to go check that out. Link for the Twitch will be in the description below. I try and stream on Sundays and Tuesdays. I try and do around 6. It's not always guaranteed, though. But anyways, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.